Thank you for joining me once again. Hi, my name is Linda Ndungane and welcome to Thriving with Linda. I think we got a good one.
Alright, anyways, hi Linda. Are you good?
I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm wonderful.
Alright.
Keep it moving.
That is awesome. Well, anyways, today. This is my practice voice. You don't know.
Okay, I didn't know.
This is my practice
You change your
voice.
face for the mic. No one
Of
can see
course.
you.
It does not matter. Well, okay. The first question I actually had, it was, what do you define as a relationship? Yeah. How do you define a relationship in your words?
In my words, how I would describe a relationship is a connection of emotions and particular attachments built by interaction with an individual. Um, so particular elements being that we are connected because of blood, we're connected because of similar interests, we're connected because we have a particular goal that we both want to reach. We are connected because of a particular history. So we've been in one school together, and because of that, we spent a lot of time together. So we've built a connection. So how I would define a relationship is a connection with someone or something. So a relationship can also be an attachment that you have to something. You've created a relationship with it. And we can also attach a relationship to a person because of something that they have. So you don't have a relationship with that person as such, but because of what they carry, you are then connected and attracted to it.
All right.
I would, put it like that for my definition of what a relationship would be.
All right. So I like how you've described relationship and the way we connect to people, and at times we do connect to things. For example, myself, I can't put myself there, but anyways, I will because I'm here conversating with you. So with myself, I feel like I harder over things, whereas I keep things, especially clothes or items, even high school items. I've got this file full of like papers written by my best friend and I, and it's just dumb, stupid words, but to me, it was a memory, and I still harder over it. Like I can't like just burn it and just throw it away. I don't know why, but it's one of the things that I feel attached to. So I understand when you say we are, as people, also do connect to things. What example do you have as a good relationship and you felt connected to and took it as an example for yourself and felt that you could actually install whatever you've learned seeing them and using it in your everyday life?
So seeing them, so is it like a couple
or
friend
or somebody that you saw as having a good relationship?
Yeah. That is close in my life.
Yeah, it could be close in your life or it could be a long distance thing.
The thing is, right? So I have too many of those examples, and I like certain parts of those people, not everything about them, because I'm a firm believer that we don't know what happens behind closed doors, and when you look at people, you can't then assume everything is 100%
and perfect.
And my 100% is that perfect, but to build and I don't believe in the 100% as well. I believe in 120 and 150, 160%. I'm that person that it must always be over and above,
than the average.
Than the average, yeah. So if I think of let's say a good relationship, though, I don't know. Maybe let's talk about people that are famous and then sort of bring it home.
I can't even say they're famous though, because for me, one example I have would be like Bishop Musa and Bishop's Mrs. Sono. I feel like that's the example I've always like seen. And yes, it's church based, but it's.
You know what I like? You see, there's a part. You see, I wouldn't say I like the way they display their relationship as a whole.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Yes,
and there's parts I appreciate of it, and there's some that I don't. And those that I don't is because I would want to know more, and because Antani that was about to, I'm not bothered. But what I like is what she gets out of it in public as well, because he constantly affirms the love he has for her. He affirms the fact that they're not perfect, but they deal with their issues. And when there is an issue, because there are issues, and he preaches and references things, it's addressing her. And you see when you're in the public and he mentions things like, I was supposed to be cleaning and I was so tired, and I didn't take out the, and my prayer time was disturbed. And when you are married, you need to be equally yoked, because if you're with someone and they don't understand your waking up and your routine and appreciate those things, and then you're thinking, no, why are you so glued at this? Like, what happened at home?
Shooting shots.
Yeah, But one who does it quite well, and I love him. I love him to bits. I've missed him so much. Ezekiel, Dr. Matole. Yes. Actually, yeah, I must call him. I must name it right. Dr. Matole, he does this one where he talks about living with no excuses and how powerful that is. Even in the relationships we have, we tend to put so much weight on other people. Which is true. Unnecessarily. Because we're expecting them to do things that we should be doing for ourselves. We're expecting them to motivate us, but they can't be the ones that are changing us.
Whereas it's not that person's job, nor is it their baggage or bondage to actually hold that.
Just because you have chosen for their relationship to be your example or your pillar. Now, when they have issues, now you're thinking all marriages are not going to work, or all relationships are bad.
Yeah.
I will be children, because now you are listening to your friend talk about
how bad is it going on their side.
Now your leader is the worst person in the world, because now 2 or 3 people are upset about whatever decision that has been made by this person. Now your relationship with this person is ruined. Why are you putting other people's weights on yourself for a relationship that you have with someone? So the thing is with relationships is so tricky.
It is.
And we function like that as human. We can't function alone. We always need to be connected to people to achieve something, to get ahead in life, to
build ourselves,
to be okay as humans. We need to eventually open up to people, to get out of depression, to find direction, to get educated, to be mentored. Like, you can't be talking to a robot, what do they call them now? The chatbots, or those computers, the automatic ones that answer you. When you get into a website and then you're searching for something and then you have a pop-up at hi. You're like, how can I is there something I can help you with? And you think, no. No. And then the report, when you say no, then it says, you let me know if you find anything interesting, and then there's an advert, but like, I would rather if it was a human connection and someone was phoning, say, I can see you on our website, and then you get excited.
Yeah.
Like, so we need to personalize our relationships and how we see relationships, and actually define them. And we've been taught about how to define the relationships from foundation, from home, to say, home. There's a woman, there's a man, there's children, together there's that vision, and as a family you build, and that family operates within a community, and all those families making up the community then go and work, and at the workplace there's the greater community and all that
that builds up a community that is best.
Yes, and the wholeness and foundation that you need to define from your home to say who are you in those relationships, so that you're able to be in other relationships, because you take that into friendship. If you're in a home and you're not trusting the people that you are living with, then it becomes very difficult to go outside and be open to someone else and trust them and provide them with love and have that connection. I mean, we were talking about it earlier around the phoning, people, and being the one who's always checking up, the one who is
saying
proactive, the one who's, if you're not doing it at home, how are you doing it in the world? How are you doing it?
How would you do it in society?
Yeah, if you are not learning, so that whole preaching around the principles of family, where we are grounded with family, to say you've got things that you have to do in the home that makes the home whole.
Yeah,
like everybody needs to contribute. Agna rent ya mahala, Those of us still have roommates. That sing from the toilet to the bathroom to the kitchen, like with no care in the world. But yeah, anyway, it's just one of those.
It is.
But everyone contributes, and relationships are a contribution to each other.
But I think
whether it takes away from you or gives to you, because there's those where it's mutual, we know. But there are relationships where you need to accept that this relationship is just taking away from me for now.
Yeah, but how do you also, like, you see, with those type of relationships, I get that you also have to learn. But then, how does one know when actually this relationship is not working now? Let me just cut ties, because clearly it's only one-sided, and I cannot move forward. Like, how do you cut ties? And
you ghost. No, I'm kidding. No, don't do that.
But that's where our generation is. That's where how bad it is. Actually,
it is bad.
It's gotten to a point where now it's becoming the topic of the day. Like, why are people ghosting? Or like, how can we avoid this ghosting?
But is it a topic of the day, or is it?
It's topic.
We are comfortable to ghost because we've been given the functionality to block.
Yeah,
we've been given that green light to say. I mean, if you make something work for me, you're saying I can utilize it. You're saying that it's okay.
Yeah.
It's like when WhatsApp came up with the delete
messages.
I was so excited. I was like so excited. Like, I can delete for me and everyone.
Yeah.
Delete that. So you already given me the opportunity to raise. You given me the opportunity to block. Yes, there's people really who deserve to be blocked. There are cycles out there. But also, we are then creating this culture that says we can't talk to each other and say, listen, I'm not okay. You are taking from me in this way and I can't handle it.
Yeah, we've created that type of culture whereby it's okay to not say anything and be quiet about it and just die in your corner, in your bottle, and then say, like, bottle it up and then be okay with it and then move on.
But then you carry that into the next friendship. You carry that into the next relationship. You carry that onto the next colleague and business partner. Why do you do that?
You see, then this is the point.
This is the growth point.
Yes. So how do we get away from that? How do we break away from this ghosting? Why can't we speak up? Yes, the truth hurts. But at the end of the day, it's better to say something than just let it be. Okay. And leave it as a...
So I started by going back to the home. Mm-hmm. So for me, the lesson is that if you can't do it at home, if you can't call out your siblings, if you can't call out your mother, if you can't be called out and accept that you're being called out and correct your behavior, how do you then expect to do that with people that were not even raised in your own house, in your own home?
Yeah.
Because the principles start there. If you misbehave and you are called out, you are then able to apologize, you're able to course correct. You're able to then say to someone, listen, I'm not appreciating your behavior. It makes me feel like this. And it's having those difficult conversations. And there's a friend of mine who's very open about those. She'll tell you now that what you're doing does not sit right with me. You can be upset for now. And when you've calmed down from what I've shared with you about how I feel about how you behaved, and what I still love about her is she will tell you how she feels about it. She won't say to you, you did this and you did this and you did this. So it's never a blame game to her, or when dealing with her. She'll tell you and be frank and be open to say, but you haven't behaved the way that made me feel that you respected our friendship. You respected our relationship.
You see, that's when
and I guess that's why we have difficulties in the people that we've been with, because when we then call out behavior, we are aggressive.
Yeah, we call out as aggressive.
We are feminist. Defensive. We are defensive, yes.
Yeah, it's being defensive.
Or we are nagging because you're raising patterns that the person is not aware of because they didn't get it at home. You know, they didn't have the type of sit-down conversations to say, we need to talk about this and iron it out.
Yeah, but I guess with that, she had a more open communication.
At home.
Yes. with where it started. So that's better, having an open communication rather than a closed off one.
Yeah.
That's where you're able to learn from whatever it is, rather than calling it a blaming game.
Yes.
You did this, you did that. And then now it comes back to me where I'm saying now, you did this. Then it's killing off the blame.
And then you grow up and then you have all of that, and then you have to come into the workplace and then you're that person.
And you can't be.
That can't handle conflict. That is the one that causes the ruckus, and then you're surprised because the foundation is not there. But what do you do now that you are in that situation? You are that person. You need to sit and call yourself to order.
Yeah, you do.
You know, and accept when people tell you that this is how you are perceived and this is what you do and this is how you react. And build up from that to say, what is it about me that gets people to react in this way? Because how you pick it up is what you do, then people react to that.
Yeah, I think that
people
was
become snappy at you. People, you know, either walk away and don't finish tough conversations with you. People get irritated quickly. You know,
I feel like that was the toughest lesson I had to learn. It was during varsity, and it was when I was living with my roommate at the time, and I realized I had become such a difficult person to live with that it was hard for her to actually speak up about it. Until one day I had realized that she was pulling away from me. And then that's when I had to sit down to myself and actually say, okay, Nkuli, what are you doing wrong? Why are you being so mean? And why is it that this person would rather be far away from you than actually interact with you? Because you have the same classes, you have the same course, you have the same room. So how come this person would rather be far away from you than actually build with you while learning with each other? That's when I had to take time.
Because now you've built a toxic environment. Which is leading to a toxic friendship.
Yeah. You see, that's when I took the time and said, okay, no, Nguli, take 5 minutes, sit by yourself, analyze what happened for the past few weeks, and then go to her with the mind of having to listen and hearing her, than rather having to speak over her and trying to explain yourself, defending yourself. Rather, stop doing that and start to listen to actually where it went wrong. Then you can understand how that person feels, and then you can put yourself in that person's shoes, have the empathy, and understand what they're going through rather than you saying, no, but you did this too. You see?
Yes.
So that's where I
and
learned.
and listening to understand, not to necessarily accept what they're saying, because it doesn't mean the other person, because now they're the most hurt, they're right. But listening to understand, and not listening just to hear.
Yeah.
Because we have a tendency of just listening, and then you hear, and then you walk away from it. But the building and the growth work doesn't then happen until you decide what you take out of it that's gonna make you grow to solve those feelings.
Yeah.
That person, because it's
that
unlike you've never felt that way about it, another person doing that to you.
Which is true.
And if you that person that likes to block things, then you need to bring all of that to the forefront. You need to bring it and sit with it and make sure that you see what your role was in the different relationship conflicts, let's say, because now I think we're now talking about more conflict.